Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Been about 4 or 5 days since I did a video. Been really busy, but a lot of things happening that I wanted to go over. And we are just going to get right into a few things. Going to review Bitcoin. We're going to kind of go over the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum and why Ethereum is so talked about, like what the difference is between it. And then I want to go over just some charts with Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance chart, Bitcoin futures chart, which you see I have pulled up right now, the altcoin market cap chart, and then a few altcoins as well. I want to go over going to go do something a little different today. Just kind of, hopefully, maybe it'll help you understand Bitcoin and Ethereum a little better and everything else that's essentially built off of Ethereum. And then just want to go over, again, why I think the insurance market in crypto is so big after what happened with Paid Network and IYF, the Rugpulls that happened. It's a space that I'm starting to become more and more interested in investing in. I do have a little bit of BMI, Bridge Mutual. Probably going to be researching it a little more in the future because I don't think that's the last time that's going to happen. Anyways, let's get into it. You know that I've got into a blockchain programming course, an online blockchain programming course. So I want to share. I don't want to confuse anybody because it can be confusing and I've spent hours on it, but just like some basics, just maybe to help you understand. So I want to get right into that before we get started. So my chicken scratch notes here, and I wanted to explain, first of all, each cryptocurrency is run on a language, and Bitcoin is run on script. Ethereum is run on Solidity. So you've probably heard of JavaScript, right? Where all the programming for Bitcoin is done, essentially, I believe for the most part. The two biggest differences is, you may not be familiar with this term, is that Bitcoin is not Turing complete, which Ethereum is Turing complete, or TC, as you see I have right here. Essentially, non-Turing complete and non-Turing and Turing complete differ in that Turing complete language can solve any mathematical problem, can compare anything to anything. Non-Turing compete can't. So right there, Ethereum has a step up. This is why people are so big on Ethereum. Now, of course, you've heard about, the Binance Smart Chain, projects moving over there because Ethereum gas fees are so high. And I'll get into a little bit about how that works. But first of all, let's start with Bitcoin. So how does a Bitcoin transaction work? So you have a block, right? And this is your block, and this has all the transaction information into it and previous transaction information in it. And you have these inputs, right? So this input is previous sent Bitcoin, right? Previously sent Bitcoin. So like somebody sent you 0.5 Bitcoin, somebody sent you 0.2 Bitcoin, somebody sent you 0.3 Bitcoin. So you have 1 Bitcoin total, right? So if you want to purchase something or send 0.5 Bitcoin, you can't just send 0.5 Bitcoin, right? Because your wallet stores your Bitcoin in the form of what's called a UTXO, or an unspent transaction output, right? So you have an input, you have your transaction, you have your output of 1 Bitcoin. So this 1 Bitcoin is unspent. Now, when you set up a new transaction, right, and you want to send 0.5 Bitcoin, you have to spend that entire 1 Bitcoin, right? So what happens is you send all your 1 Bitcoin and 0.5 gets returned to your address. So I have pulled up here, like these are transactions, right? And this is the address of the sender, and these are the 2 addresses that it sent to. Now with Bitcoin, it is very autonomous. So one of these addresses, right, is sending Bitcoin back to the original. Like this is the same person that sent it. But you don't know. You can't link an address to a person. You don't know. So it's really private. It's really secure. Now that doesn't exist in Ethereum. So there is like greater security issues. But anyway, so you could see one sender sending, I don't know which is which, but one of these is going back to the original sender, because you have to spend the entire Bitcoin. And you can see if you add these two amounts together, right, it's going to add up, or should add up to the total amount minus the fees, right? 0.031, it looks like 19.1. Yeah, this is probably a better example, 19.128. So this is the amount minus the fees. So looking at the top one, just because it looked like easier math. So you're going to get the amount minus the fees. So the fees they go to the miners. The miners get a block reward. You could look at all that information too. But essentially, yeah. And then you can see two confirmations right here. And that's something you should be familiar with when you're transferring between wallets, is confirmations. And essentially what that is go back to the drawing here. As you can see, like, you have one transaction, right? And then you have this one Bitcoin that you're spending in another transaction. And you can see these are two blocks, and each block size is a maximum size of 1 megabyte. That's not super important, but so you could see like block, and it's linked, and that creates the blockchain, right? So the next one will be, another 1 megabyte, right? Maximum size, transactions, and previous hash. And that's the chain. So each time one of these blocks is confirmed, which happens every time that you send a transaction or Bitcoin is mined. Yes, miners confirm the transaction as well. That's called a confirmation, right? So the reason that, there may be like 6 confirmations in a block, and it's going to depend on the speed. I've seen some I think at like 45 confirmations, is because as these blocks are created, every once in a while, there's a block that is created at the same exact time as another block is completed. So what happens is the blockchain will continue on pretty much whatever confirms next, and that will choose which block to go on. And then the blockchain will continue on that, and this will cancel. Everything will be returned, right? So if 6 blocks go out, 6 confirmations, that assures that your transaction went through. So it waits until there's like 6 confirmations on the Bitcoin blockchain. So that's what that is, if that makes sense. So now onto Ethereum. Ethereum differs in that if you have, 1 Ethereum, you can actually send 0.5 Ethereum and nothing has to get sent back to you. It does not have to get sent. You can actually spend, 0.5 Ethereum. And that's done through smart contracts, right? Smart contracts are essentially a software program that holds data or holds information or holds money, can transfer money. And there's a lot to these. I'm just going to keep it simple in that aspect. So that in turn allows Ethereum to act more as of a currency, in my opinion. So because it's Turing complete and it can solve mathematical problems, and you have smart contracts that can send fractions of your currency, right? Things tend to get built more off the Ethereum blockchain. So there is a difference between a coin and a token, right? And a network like Ethereum is a coin, and tokens are built off this coin. So you can see here you have token, right? So you have something like, Uniswap, right? Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. It's a decentralized finance protocol built off the Ethereum network, right? So it's essentially Ethereum prices go up. Uniswap prices should generally go up, right? And everything else works the same way. If you know me, I'm big on Yfdai. Yfdai, if that price goes up, that should help Ethereum go up. If Ethereum goes up, that should help Yfdai go up, because they're all built off the Ethereum coin. Those tokens are built off the Ethereum coin, right? And Bitcoin it isn't actually a coin, right? It's an unspent transaction output. So that's a big difference, right? So these smart contracts allow for the transfer of money, and that's why you don't have to transfer the entire amount, right? So anyways, just wanted to touch on that, but that's why, Ethereum could be so big, is because all the other projects are building off of Ethereum because of the smart contracts and because of solidarity and being Turing complete. All mathematical problems can be solved. Anything can be accomplished on solidarity. It cannot be accomplished on script. So Bitcoin is, it's just like the first, it's the biggest, it's the most recognized. It's not the best, but again, it's still king, right? It's still, the reason I like it too is the supply and the demand and the interest in it. But things are being built off the Ethereum network, and that's why there's these outrageous price targets at 10,000, 20,000, for Ethereum. But regardless, if you know the history, right, recent history, Ethereum's gas prices went up, and why did the gas prices go up? Why did the fees go up? Well, when there's all these transactions, right, they're waiting to be confirmed. They go into what's called a mempool, right? And this is the pool of transactions waiting to be confirmed by miners. The bigger the pool, right, the more competition there is in that pool. So the miners, they want to go after the biggest transactions because they're going to pay them the biggest fees, right? So they're going to make the most money off of it. So the more competitive it becomes, the more these gas prices rise because the more fees the miners are going to want in order to confirm these transactions. Well, that's great for miners, but that's also an issue when it comes to people with smaller accounts. And I think a lot of people listen to me like, man, these gas fees are high. Is it always like this? Well, no, it wasn't like that back in the day. They might have been like $5, $10. Now they're like $100. I've seen as high as 600 on some new IDOs that just came out when people were really trying to bid for the token. But anyways, it goes into a mempool and they confirm the transactions, usually by the most expensive one first because they want to get paid that highest fee. So the gas prices go up. Well, that needs to be solved, right? It needs to be fair, but at the same time, Ethereum's not going to grow, and people are going to find other alternatives like Cardano, if anything ever comes of that, if they ever do anything, because it's cheaper and it's faster. But yeah, so that's why I think Ethereum has been struggling in price. I think a lot of other people agree with me on that. But if you've heard recently, did a video 4 or 5 days ago on the EIP 1559 that essentially it'll lower gas fees among solving other issues as well. But that's the big one, and it just got greenlit for July. So you'll be able to see, or you should be able to see over the past few days, Ethereum's price has just been skyrocketing. It's all the way almost to 1,800 again. I think it was at 1,800. It hit, no, not quite. It hit 1794. So, good news for Ethereum holders. We'll see. I mean, it all depends on the overall market still, but I think this is what can give Ethereum its boost comparatively to the run that Bitcoin went on. So yeah, good stuff with that. And moving on, Bitcoin. If you paid attention to me on Twitter, or if you pay attention to my previous videos, big on the weekend pumps. Don't really trust them. I always look at the CME Bitcoin futures gap if there is any. And Sunday I had tweeted out 8:30 p.m. Here's the Bitcoin futures. Check out that gap. And what happened? Bitcoin came down to 49,328. I set a limit order for 49,000 overnight. Didn't hit. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so I think it's getting ready. I think it is. We had that high on February 21st. I wanted to see a month. So, if we still take another couple weeks to get back to this peak before we have a similar breakout like we did February 8th, I'd be really happy with that. I think that'd make the strongest case for the bull run. Looks like our MACD is starting to turn bullish again, and our RSI is reset. Everything's lining up. Looks pretty good. Does that mean that it's 100% going to break all-time highs? No, but everything's looking good and lining up. And you could zoom into our resistance points, and our 50,725 is a new support. So we're looking for a close over that. That would be really nice. And our previous support that held really strong, every time it broke through, it came back above. Broke a few times and then surged above, and then held, broke, and closed well above, and then bounced off of it. That was a really, really nice support area at 46,700. Still don't think it's coming down to that, under 41,000. Everybody's got their buy order set for 40,000. Could it happen? Sure. I was really confident that it wouldn't have that 30% pullback, just because that's what everybody was waiting for. And if it did, I was thinking, maybe 38, 39,000, just to make people feel a little pain. But so far, we're looking good on that. Anyways, let's move on. Just wanted to pull up the current Bitcoin futures chart. You can see it filled that gap that we had, and it came right back up, looking great. Now here's where it gets really interesting, right? The altcoins. That's where I like to be. Same idea. MACD is flipping. Have some bullish divergence here on the RSI. I don't like that it dropped from the previous, but we'll see. We're not really able to show or confirm any bearish divergence yet. Say we were to, hit right here, that would be, a red flag. But anyways, the big thing we were watching was that we really wanted to stay away from this head and shoulders pattern. So we'll see how we do there. I think that if we were, let's get rid of those. Hold on. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. Oh, not doing a very good job here. Anyways, I was looking for if it was going to head and shoulders, more around this area. It looks like we're moving past that. Looks like we've had enough time to form these 4 or 5 days past that head and shoulders area. So maybe moving past that'd be good. You can see we've had a significant rise back up to $615 billion, and at the all-time high was at $705 billion. So that's a good sign that we're moving up, and the Bitcoin dominance chart is moving down, right? We've been hanging out in this range for so long, but look at this downtrend starting to form. 61. I'd really, if I was really to get excited about anything, I'd probably want to see it get under 60. Probably want to see it under 60 if I'm really start getting excited about it. And if I really get excited, it's if it breaks the low of 59.67. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's just put it right there at 59.67. That's the previous low. That's what I would want to see break for another alt season, like a big time alt season, and to potentially come down to the 52 area, right? That's what we're looking for right back here. You'll get probably some good support right here around the 57 area. And then if we're just going to go nuts on altcoin season, you could see like 39 to 36. That'd be nice. Okay, so that's where we're at right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, actually, sorry. You could see, once that news came out on EIP, it bounced, hammered, ran. So we're looking for like a cup and handle here. That's what I'll look to kind of form. You see MACD here is really flipping hard, really reversed hard. So you'll probably see some resistance around the 1965, probably the 2000 area too, and then the previous all-time high of 2041. So looking for resistance with a little pullback, and then hopefully we break the resistance on the second attempt on the handle, and then we fly. I mean, that's where all the price predictions are above this, right? So I think if we do break that, possibly see 25 to 2900 on the extreme end, maybe not in one continuous run, 5,000. In this cycle, I've heard, really, really reputable people saying 10 to 20,000, and who knows? It's too far out to even think that way for me. So I'm focused on right here, and that'd be great if that happened. I'm kind of in this hold a core, trade around the core, and that's kind of what I've been doing and having a lot of success with it, just because I'm selling when it goes up, and then it's been like everything's been kind of coming back down, and then I rebuy. So anyways, let's close out of these page and let's look at some altcoins. So the lower cap altcoins have not really been doing too good. In fact, they haven't really recovered at all. They're still been down like 40%. So those are the ones you just generally you don't want to put a whole lot into. One of the ones that we're big on is Filecoin, and it's just been strong. It's just been really strong, and you can see that it's tightening up. So we're going to get a lot of answers here shortly. It looks like a breakdown or a break up with the market being bullish and the altcoin market rising. I'm betting on a move up again, probably to retest or break these all-time highs. That's just what I'm looking for. I'm still watching these lines and understanding that I could be wrong. Not biased or anything in any one direction. I do hold Filecoin, and it's just as simple as that. Just drawing a couple lines and looking for the break of one side. And if it breaks down below this line and I sell, I could always buy if it comes back into range. So nothing too complicated there. Just taking what the market gives me. Another one that I've recently gotten into is Phantom. It's been holding this 43% area after going on a pretty big rise. And what I look for in something like this, pretty noticeable pattern in crypto, is I look for, the steepness of this sell-off. Then I see the steepness of this sell-off. So on the next one, if we get a rise, I'm looking for it to remain a little flatter. If this pattern, and then I'm looking for it to go. So I'm looking for this support to hold. I'm looking for a break of the trend line here, and I'm looking for a retest and one more little drop on any uptick, on any breakout of this downtrend line. And yeah, just as simple as that. RSI in range. It would take the MACD flipping over again. So you got a little bit more time on this one, I think, to play out. But I think it's looking good, holding support here. So that's what I'll watch for. Another one that I'm not in, had a recent breakout, is 1 inch. Just wanted to share that. Something to keep a lookout for. You got some. Hold on, let me change that. You had like a little breakout here. Had a little breakout there. So we'll see if it keeps going, if it retests this downward trend line and then runs. But it's up. It was up over 10% today, so it's had a really, really nice day. And you can see the RSI is in good range for a run. MACD flipping over, just some basic stuff that is lining up just like it is on some of these other ones. And yeah, if you know me, I'm big on the NFT hype right now. Bondly hasn't really been doing too good. I guess it is on TradingView. Oh no, it's not. I didn't think it was. So kind of hard to chart, but you can see it's got this like downward wedge playing out, falling wedge pattern. So I'm looking for it to hold right around these levels. It was up as high as 80 cents. People just probably excited about the Logan Paul hype and then just sold off. Hasn't really been doing much. So it's one of those ones I have a little bit in. Kind of a lower market cap, 62 million. So if it does something great, if not, no huge loss. But if it does something, it's possibly something that can go up 1,000%. Yeah, that'd be great. It's not somewhere I'm willing to risk all my money in though. But I had that other partnership with Tory Lanez. Is that his name? I hope that's his name. Let's see. I want to make sure I get that right. Let's see. Tory Lanez, yeah. So they're selling out NFTs left and right. I mean, anything you could put attached to a non-fungible token, they're essentially doing and selling. So that's great. And a non-fungible token is a token. It's a cryptocurrency. So essentially, like you're buying a cryptocurrency that has an asset attached to it, and it varies in value. Whereas like a fungible token, like Bitcoin, every one Bitcoin is going to have the same value as another one Bitcoin, or 0.1 Bitcoin compared to 0.1 Bitcoin. It just means different in value. Anyways, another NFT that I like is Super Farm, and it's just been hanging out between like $1 and $1.40, and that's a big range. But I bought it at $1.32, $1.16. I don't think it came down below $1. I planned on buying a little bit more at $1 if it did. It doesn't look like it quite hit it. But yeah, it needs some volume. It's not getting any volume. It's just had its pre-sale. People got excited about it, but I do think it'll be a good one. They just have a lot of cool things that they're working on. Yeah, the Superverse, kind of like the metaverse in Ready Player One. But if you want to check out more, they have they're so early. Their website is still really not doing anything. But I like the things that they talk about doing, so I'm taking a chance on them. And I like the guy behind it, LEO Trades, so I'm taking a chance on him. And then my probably favorite, Yfdai. And the big thing with Yfdai right now is that they have their airdrop for their SafeSwap governance token, which you only have 10 hours left. So 24 hours, 6 hours ago, and it was less than 24 hours, so maybe 16 hours left. And what they'll do is they'll take a snapshot of every wallet that holds, I think, at least 2 Yfdai. Maybe it's not even that. But they have all the details on their Twitter page. They have like a 4-part, you can scroll through there. And they airdrop, so free tokens. And then you are eligible for the pre-sale, which they have a limit on how much you can buy, and the pre-sale will be at 5 cents, public sale at 7.5, and they'll be open at 11 cents. So if you get on the pre-sale, you'll already be up 120%. So not gonna complain about that. And then, of course, they have 72% APR staking. So stake your coins for 72% APR a year, and you'll be able to do the same thing with the SSGT and SafeSwap. I just like Yfdai even more because of the SafeSwap, because their SafeSwap it protects against rug pulls. Rug pulls are when they pull liquidity, they have to pull liquidity off of the exchange because of a hack, because of any reason, and the price just plummets. And there's 2 examples of that. And Kyle with Paid Network has been on a few YouTube channels interviewing, so it just depends on whether you trust them or believe them or not. They're coming out with paid version 2, but this thing, they got a hack. Again, I'm not a programmer, so I don't know all this, but something about a proxy contract where somebody was able, I don't know if they were able to mint tokens. My information may not be correct, so don't quote me on it. And then they minted themselves tokens and then just dumped it on everyone. And it's terrifying, if for the people who are in this, it's just like people lost a lot of money. So they're saying that they're making people whole. This was up to $6 This was up to $6. So pretty catastrophic stuff. So that's why these lower market cap stuff, you don't put, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? It's really dangerous, really dangerous. Nothing's a sure thing. They're coming out with version 2. They're saying they're making everybody whole, and even people that bought within an hour after Kyle's tweet on don't buy the dip on this. Said when was that? He's put out a lot. So it's just a question of whether you trust, it's a trust factor now, do you trust, let's see. Anyways, he put out a tweet about don't buy the dip. And everybody who still bought within an hour after putting that tweet out, he's going to be made whole. And I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like people are going to get their tokens or their money back, or get their tokens in the version 2 or whatnot. Man, I wish I could find that. Sorry, I can't find that. I should have had it pulled up. It was definitely on Saturday, right? The 6th. So it had to be maybe it was on the 5th. Maybe it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. It's Friday. So let's see. It's telling you to pull off your liquidity. So some people are saying that it's him and he's hiding behind this hack because of the proxy contract. He's saying it's not. Depends on who you trust. So sorry, I can't find that tweet, but he did say that. And anyways, and then this one, I didn't look too much into it just because I never heard of it until it happened, and it dropped significantly. From $173 down to $11. So that sucks for people who are in it. But apparently this guy, the creator or whatnot, was the only one with access to the supply of the tokens. So he's the only one who could have dumped it. So I think like the creator just dumped. Again, I don't know a lot about this one because I just saw it dump. And with Yfdai, right, they have safe swap, and their safe swap is supposed to protect against rug pulls like that. So they vet the tokens that are on there. Sorry. And where is it? Safe trade? No. Let's see. I think I got to connect my wallet, and I'm not going to do that. Oh, here it is. So yeah, this is their demo, but similar to Uniswap, right, and all the other dexes out there. But yeah, there will be only certain tokens that they allow on there because they want it to be safe. That brings me into insurance, right? And if you look, it just reached a new all-time high today, so that's great. I'm super happy about that. I've been staking for 2 months now, so just loving that. The insurance, right, these, from my understanding, like Bridge Mutual, they have policies that you can take out that if you were in paid and you were in IYF, you would have been insured against that. So that's a big deal to me. Helmet, another one. There's good ones out there that I'm going to miss just because I'm not thinking of them right now, but this one, Helmet, Binance Smart Chain. There's another big one. I wish I could think of it. Looks like it's kind of settling off and holding support here. So anyways, I am really tired, if you couldn't tell by the tone of my voice. Just been, adding in the programming courses. I'm loving it. And it's really exciting. I enjoy learning new things. If that's all that comes of that is I learn about it, then I'll be very happy. I mean, it's $159 a month, so well worth it, I think. and it's the Ivan on Tech Academy. I've been pretty happy with it. I've learned a lot. I'm always willing to give something a try that I'm interested in, and I'm very happy with it so far. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated on how that goes, and I'll try and pass along some of my learnings to everyone. But we're looking good. Ethereum's 1787 again. Bitcoin 51.5. I mean, we break through this 52 area. I think we break through this 52.6 area. You could see us retest all-time highs again. So I'll be watching that. I'll be watching more of the bigger altcoins, larger altcoins, and then we'll see how those smaller caps, helmet included, start to perform. But I think we could be starting to show signs of the next leg up. I haven't seen confirmation yet. I'd still like it to wait another week. Just kind of hang in this range, Bitcoin hang in this range another week. I think that'd be really nice. So I'm being patient. I want a longer extended run. So thank you again. Gonna have to be that YouTuber guy again and ask you to hit the like and the subscribe button. Just again, I want to get to that 100, because at 100 I can have my own link, my own custom link, web link. So that'd be pretty nice just to have my name in there. And it gives me motivation that I'm actually providing information that people care about. And it's not just, oh man, I can't believe I wasted half an hour watching that video. So it does me a favor, and I would appreciate it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for doing that. And everybody have a great week.